All right, let's talk about a huge and honestly, mostly untapped opportunity for Bangladeshi businesses. We're talking about Brazil. If you've been searching for that next big growth market for your exports, then you're definitely going to want to stick around for this.
Okay, let's just start with a number that should make you sit up and pay attention. 187 million US dollars. Get that? That's how much Bangladesh exported to Brazil in just the last fiscal year. So yeah, this is not some small niche opportunity. We're talking about a major, already flowing trade pipeline.
And you know what's even more exciting than that big number? It's the momentum. That $187 million, dollars, that's a 26% jump from the year before. That's incredible growth. This isn't some flat, stagnant market. It's heating up fast. And that kind of upward curve is exactly what you want to see.
So, why Brazil? What's the big deal? Well, it's so much more than just a large country with a ton of people. You have to think of it as a strategic launchpad. If you can succeed in Brazil, you can open up doors all across South America. It's a really sophisticated market, and if you can make it there, you're proving you're ready for the global stage.
But, and listen, this is a really big but, you can't just show up and expect to win. Breaking into Brazil takes a whole different mindset. It's not what you might think, even if you're a seasoned exporter. There's one central challenge you absolutely have to get your head around before you can even think about profits.
You see, the old myth, the one we all hear, is that the key to exporting is just having the rock bottom lowest price. Well, in Brazil, that's just not true. Not anymore. The reality on the ground is that success is all about compliance. It's about proving your quality, and it's about building solid local partnerships. Being ready for their regulations, that's your secret weapon. And when we talk about regulations, you have to know who the main gatekeepers are. These three are the big ones. You've got MAPA, which is in charge of pretty much anything agricultural or from the sea. Then there's Anvisa, which is kind of like their version of the FDA. They're all about health, from medicines to food to cosmetics. And finally, you have Inmetro, the technical gurus who set the quality and safety standards for everything else, like toys or electronics. Okay, so that's the challenge. Now let's get to the good stuff. How do we turn that challenge into a massive opportunity? We're done talking about roadblocks. Right now, we're going to dive into a playbook of high potential products where you can actually make some serious profit.
But first, you need to understand this one concept. We're calling it the profit lever. See, it's all about changing your game. Instead of only being able to pull the low price lever, you create much bigger margins for yourself by focusing on things like superior quality, finding a special niche, and most importantly, being the most prepared, Brazil-ready supplier they can find.
So let's see how this actually works. Take ready-made garments. Your profit lever isn't just being cheap, it's being known for quality and reliability. Or look at jute. Brazil wants eco-friendly stuff, so that's your lever right there. And for something like frozen seafood, your entire profit depends on mastering the health certificates from MAPA. It's all about positioning yourself in a smart way. I know this can all sound a little complicated, maybe even a bit overwhelming, but it really doesn't have to be. Let's break down the whole certification process into a clear, practical roadmap. Think of this as your step-by-step guide to getting it done. And here's a pro tip to start. Create what's called a compliance file. This is your secret weapon. Before you even talk to a buyer, get all your ducks in a row. Your product specs, your test reports, heck, even draft labels already in Portuguese. When you walk in with that file, you're not just another supplier. You're a serious partner who's done their homework. It builds instant trust. And here's the path to follow. Just 6 simple steps. First, figure out exactly which regulator oversees your product. Then, and this is so important, find a great local partner in Brazil. Then you build that compliance file we just talked about. After that, you put a solid quality system in place, like ISO 9001. Then you go through your audits and get that all-important certification. And the final step, you make sure every single shipment is 100% Brazil-ready before it even leaves your door. See? It's a process, but it's totally doable. So as we start to wrap this up, let's just circle back to the main point. Brazil isn't just another country on a map for you to export to. It's a strategic prize. It's a gateway. The opportunity is absolutely massive for those who are willing to do the prep work. And now you have the playbook. So the real question for you is, are you ready? Are you ready to make that shift? To stop competing on price alone and start competing on quality, on partnership, and on being compliance ready? Because that is the key that's going to unlock this incredible market for your business. So if you take away one thing, let it be this.
Success in Brazil doesn't happen by accident. It all comes down to making smart product choices, being ready for all the regulations, getting the right certifications, and building real, strong partnerships on the ground. For the Bangladeshi business that's ready to be disciplined and compliance-focused, Brazil isn't just some far-off possibility. It's your next great success story waiting to happen.